Mic check. 1, 2. We are live. We are live. We are live. I see a signal. Laptop does not look like it's dying. So that's good. And we here. Okay, so we're going to be playing some sport mode. Some good old-fashioned sport mode. Just because I haven't been on sport mode for a little while. I'm a little rusty. A little dusty. And we gotta clean that off. We're gonna do some quick races. They have the daily race B at the Maggiore. Don't even care about the yeah. Autodrome Lago Maggiore. Entry period starts in 3 minutes. Okay. We'll do some qualifying. Racing mediums. Huh. Let's go set that up at the garage. One thing that I find very annoying is that whatever settings you adjust on any of the cars you have gets reverted after you leave the race. And we can get one lap in before the entry period starts, and then we'll start the qualifying. So I hope you guys have been having a beautiful day. I know I have. It's been a nice day here in South Florida. So it's very windy last night for some reason. The winds were going crazy, and this morning it was pretty chilly. It's been like that for the last 2 days. So I wonder what's been going on in the rest of the world in terms of weather. It's kind of crazy. We don't really expect wind chills like that by the time March already rolls around. That's no good. No bueno. No bueno. It's okay. We'll still have the entry period anyway. Well, I kind of did expect to be driving like crap. I've been mainly goofing off with stupid builds. And I finally got the 250 GTO. Sold a lot of cars because I didn't feel like grinding for those 20 million credits, which is ridiculous. Maybe I could do a comparison video. Oh shit. Between the 250 GTO and the 250 GT SWB. Oh, that was too aggressive. Way too aggressive. There we go. We'll do one more lap because it should be like 1 more minute left before the entry period starts. Kind of forced to, you know, trying to do some very aggressive trail braking. Trying to be precise on a controller is pretty difficult. Ooh, excuse me, that burp. Are we logged in? Well, I wouldn't really care about this app anyway. I spun out. I think this is good enough. We can go and queue up for the real race. Hmm, 13-minute entry deadline. Pretty lengthy, but sure, whatever. I think the rules, I think it's like a 4 or 5 lap race. So it's a pretty short race. That was too much. So as I was saying, I zoned out completely. I was pretty logged in there for a good minute. I was thinking maybe we could do a comparison test between the Ferrari 250 GTO and the 250 GT SWB. Those two cars are pretty similar. And, you know, old man Enzo considered them basically the same car, mainly because he didn't want to build the missing requirements that he needed in order for the GTO to race. But he's not exactly lying either. Both cars have basically the same engine, not tuned specifically. Um, you know, different tuning, but the same engine nonetheless, same chassis. The main thing that was different was the rear and the front of the car. There we go. I like that. We use throttle to rotate the car. Uh-oh. That was not good. We lost time on that one. Get through. I need more rear brake bias. Oh, man, this cord's loud. Scared me. I mean, I could go for a more front biased. Brakes are super fickle to get right. It's getting away from me. We'll leave it at neutral. That was pretty dirty. That's pretty huge. We'll take that. We didn't do too hot on that corner exit. But if we can enter this just right. I slowed down too much. But I think that was still an net positive. Hmm. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, nah. So we have quite a lot of few weak spots here. Oh, no, sir. That last lap was so good. At least for me, it was. I'm not too sure how other players are going to be racing. Um, who the hell am I? Yeah, I'm a driver, B driver, B rated driver, and I'm not doing too hot either. I could easily go back into C. It's been quite a while since I've done any streaming. I need to mute Discord. Holy hell. Yeah, I think we should be good. You know, Discord has a lot of ways to modify and alert people. A very robust notification system. Easily drives someone insane with all that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a long while since we last had. Oh wow, that was terrible. Since our last stream, we last streamed the demo for The World Ends with You, Neo, The World Ends with You, and we've had a lot of network issues since then. Network issues. The cable from my mic no longer was working correctly. Actually, I think my mic signal should sound a little more clear. Due to this new cable. Because, yeah, I don't think I've treated this mic very well throughout its years. But it's still a pretty robust mic. So, but I guess I'll check during playback to see how my voice sounds. Other than that, I would like to get the channel to actually start being a channel and not something that's just like random. But for that, I need something that I need to do, you know? And I think in the direction that I'm gonna take the channel so far would be to be something that I know best, which is cars. I like cars the most, as well as racing. I was born to be a racist. No, no, I'm not. Um, yeah, motorsport, four-wheel cars, none of that bike stuff. Get that out of here. Nothing wrong with bikes or motorbikes, but it's like I don't know. I prefer the higher chance of survival in case something goes wrong. Although to a bike's credit, um, if something were to go wrong, you can at least throw yourself off the bike, so you have a fighting chance. Can't do that in a car. But that's my decision. I'll take the car though. I'll still take the car. Plus, people really severely underestimate like the amount of finesse it takes to keep a bike under control at high speeds while maneuvering. Because for some reason, people think that bikes can have like all this handling prowess, which is not really the case. They can't take sharp corners that hard. But they're really good at taking mid-speed and high-speed curves, without a doubt. No questions asked. But like on a corner like that, actually, no, anything should really be able to plow through that corner. I don't think this track has a very good corner to stipulate my point. These are all corners like a bike can take pretty well, especially like this downslope over here. Although they gotta be pretty careful with this one because they can probably just slide off because of the banking, the way that the curve is angled. Okay, this corner over here, like this next series of corners, they're pretty mid speed or slow speed. Yeah, low speed. Cars can kind of like at least brute force their way to certain angles. I just can't do it right because I'm a scrub on a controller. Like that. So it's things like that that can help cars beat out bikes when it comes to handling. A bike can't really do that reliably. It's definitely a lot more easier on a car than it is on a bike. So for those that can do it on a bike, they got some real good skills. Good skill and training. Need both. I wonder when the hell is this race gonna start? It should be past more than 13 minutes. 13. See. Don't tell me that the race is already... Entry deadline. In 15. What the...
I said, sorry.
Yeah, the matchmaking starts in 14 minutes. Are you serious? I could have sworn I just qualified for this. So now we gotta wait 15 more minutes just to start this race. Matchmaking is ridiculous in GT7, I swear. You have to drive with an FF car. What? Yeah, sure. Not the race I wanted to do, but sure. In 13 minutes. Oh my lord. This is insufferable. We'll do Plymouths. We'll do the Plymouths. This should be technically a shorter race. Buy some time, because my lord. So this is going to be a one-make Daytona. Really trying to go for the books here, huh? With Comfort Sport tires, ouch. It's gonna be an exciting race once everybody gets loaded. So it's obvious that they have the extra gearbox. Whether it's manual or sequential, I don't know. Somebody with the rig is gonna have to tell me that. I'm just a controller scrub. Entry period is now in progress. Matchmaking will start in a minute. Man, I would love to go to visit Daytona. I really should, like Sebring, Daytona. It's all next to me, relatively speaking. Because you can drive for 6 hours and you'll still be in Florida. No, we're not going to be able to finish this up, unfortunately. It's okay. About a minute. Maybe this middle of the pack, you know? I would hate to be in the front at the start of this race anyway. Oh, no, sir. No, boss. Well, at least now, since there are physics updates, it's very clear that Polyphony wanted to prove to us that this car is drivable. I like that. It's funny. And screw PD for waiting that long to fix this car. 3 years to fix this car. How do you type? Oh, enter text. No. You know, I'm not gonna be the problem child. This is an unrated race. Nothing affects your rating in these races. Oh, we're at the end of the pack. This is actually pretty good. We'll probably see all the carnage. I was expecting to see a lot of yeah, there's quite a few uh petty blues. Richard Petty Blue. Let's go. I keep forgetting that on controller there's this um annoying thing that it gates your throttle input, so as soon as the race starts it gradually increases your throttle input instead of going straight to 100. And there's actually a gimmick on how to um cancel it basically. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So there's a way to cancel that, which funny enough, um, it's pretty stupid. Oh, he got yanked back. That's funny. That's right. Tailgate me. We draft. That's right. Keep it cool. Keep it cool, y'all. What the hell? He DC'd. Why? All you have to do is just keep drafting. All right, so I just gotta catch up to Apex Predator eventually. Uh-oh. There's another fall off. Ooh. He rage quit. All right, we're right behind Dave. Whip the throttle a little bit. I want to be on the inside. Apex Predator is right on my ass. Wow. Rough. Wow. Ouch. That's rough. Art Daniels is not happy at all. All right. You're about to catch up to Zip 650. Someone in front likes to play dirty, and we're gonna figure that out. Oh, we're actually gonna hit third. Yes. Ah. There you go. There you go. We hit the sweet third. That was pretty good. I felt good about that one. Not a bad race at all. Wow, there were actually a lot more people on the race at the end. I'm surprised. I'm relatively surprised. That was that was a fun race. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy about the results of that race. Whoever was in front was playing super dirty. Oh, let's go, please. Come on. Now we got a minute left before we can we can do the race. So I was thinking, we could do some more car related stuff. That's pretty much on my that's my turf. It's car stuff. I like action games, I like RPGs, but car stuff is where I'm at. Now, I'm not too familiar with a lot of other racing games. Too many of them. I've exclusively played Gran Turismo since I was young, when I had a console. Mm. At the same time, you know, quote unquote illegal street racing games um, are not exactly something I kind of care for. And games like iRacing and Assetto Corsa are obviously a cut above what Gran Turismo is. in terms of physics, I guess. Because I do have a set of Corsa, just not iRacing, for obvious reasons. We're playing on a PS5. I don't have a computer to play these games on, so that also limits me. And we could play some other racing games if I find some interest. If I find interest in others worth playing. But my problem is that I've seen um kind of like other racing games having issues that Gran Turismo 7 is having issues with. Like, how is it that we were able to have, for example, um, Lotus. No Lotus cars are in the game for GT7, but we had them in GT Sport. There wasn't a wide selection in Sport either, but it was a good amount. You had like the staple Lotus cars that people cared about. Oh wow, I did awful in my qualifying. But that's besides the point. A lot of people have, made up their theories, had set their minds on what they believe is as to why uh, that phenomenon is going on with a lot of racing games. Like how, like I would like the AMG one to hit the game. That'd be nice. But it seems that the only game to have it, at least to my knowledge. See, that's what I was talking about. You have to cancel it from the pause if you caught it. Um, it's a lot of people. These people are pretty fast. We're gonna chill out, and we'll just climb through the pack if possible. But as I was saying, a lot of people more or less have made up their mind as to what's happening behind the scenes. And the only thing is that I've noticed that the racing community as a whole, I wouldn't really consider it a community, but fans of racing games um, are very dismissive with a lot of issues, probably because they are also acutely aware of how much power um, these car manufacturers have in terms of licensing deals and agreements. Like I mentioned earlier, the AMG one, I think Forza Horizon, not even the motorsport game, fucking Horizon is the one that has the AMG one. But I'm pretty certain it might be in the motorsport variant of the game, because that would be a crappy deal. Like you have like this deal to use this car, but you only used it once, and that was for an aging product that you've been using to milk players for a while before you release the meat and potatoes of what most people have been waiting for, which was another motorsport entry. Yeah, we're not doing too well. This track is not our forte at all. Either way, it's not like I'm too focused on this anyway. Just a little cope. This ain't good. I'm not good. But anyway. A lot of people have made their decisions and assumptions on these issues, right? And they're very quick and dismissive, very defensive too in some cases. If you even question why, for example, Gran Turismo 7 in this latest update gave us a pretty crappy update, I'm not gonna lie. I will upfront say it. It was still another bogus update. The main thing that was interesting was the Unimog. The other two, like the Z4 was okay, not bad. And then what else came with it? The Peugeot? You gave us the street version of the Peugeot. Um, the Peugeot 205. The yellow ahead. Okay. I haven't really seen anyone use the RSO. Cool. This guy's just trailing behind me, I guess. Sure. Like you probably had like a chance to actually overtake me, but you never did. That's what I was saying. I can see why you got fucking punted. That was a very risky cut. Anyway, before we were literally cut off by that BMW, um, a lot of people are very defensive about this particular update. Not even just this particular update, any update. It's like we have to allow PD to continuously give us bad updates, and we can't say anything about it. And I've seen this because, oh, it's a free update, just take it. Like, come on, bro. They're wasting their time and the money that we basically gave them, that we invested into Polyphony Digital to hurry up, and we know they're not going to fix this game. I think everybody's honest about that. Polyphony Digital is not going to fix this game. It's at the core of the game's broken. But there's some weirdness going on as to why they can't do certain things, why they won't allow certain things to happen. Like, it would be nice if they put like the um the comedy missions. I believe those are the missions where they introduced like 5 different 1 hour races. Like, make them replayable, because technically yes, you can replay them, you just won't get any um credit for your earnings. So like if you go repeat those races again, you're just not gonna get any reward at all after you already collected it once. And we got schooled, bro. That was terrible. We finished dead last. Oh, someone disconnected. Never mind. But it was a clean race. I'll take it. This is the next one. 8 minutes or 9 minutes, really. Entry period starts, so it's not even close to being done. Enter the car. Now I remember. Now I know why I fucked up the last time. Holy hell. It's because even if like you're qualifying, um if you don't back out and check in to actually be accepted part of the race and then continue with your qualifying, you won't be a part of the race, which is very bullshit in my opinion. I get it though, because you could be like, oh, I just want to practice. I want to practice this car with BOP rules and see how I can do, and then at a later point I'll decide to race. Because the way the qualification works in this game is that um, when your fastest lap time under certain rules will will be recorded and will be compared against other players who have already completed their qualifying times as well, and then you can and then you figure out your starting placement in the grid. So it's not that you qualify once for that particular race. No, that lap time, my record, as it says on the screen, is 2 minutes, 1 second, and 874 milliseconds. Um, so someone beats my time, which is not that hard to do for most players. Um, I will be lower than them. But if they manage to be slower than if their record happens to be slower than mine, then obviously I will start ahead. Which means those two that probably were racing that started behind me in the last race probably were just messing around. They just got into it and they didn't even bother recording their records, which some players do. I suck at that corner. I just don't understand it. Like, do I go like how late or how early do I need to stop before I actually corner in? 'Cause I just understeer like a motherfucker. Uh, like give me back the Nürburgring, bro. The Nürburgring was so fun. Nordschleife, that is. Not GP, Nordschleife. Because the best part about Nordschleife is that you don't even have to be fast. You just don't have to not fuck up. Because you can guarantee someone will fuck up really bad, and it just it becomes carnage. I don't like that, but sure, we'll take it. That was a no. Maybe we'll do some car reacts. So I would like to react, but about car stuff. I think there's some stuff that needs reacting. But we'll work that out later at some other time. Well, I did say I was going to be a nuisance. That was also no bueno. We're doing like 2 seconds worse. Oh, I beat my previous record. Ouch. I was so stunned. I hadn't even noticed. I hadn't even noticed. But it is what it is. What do you do? I was understeering straight into that patch of grass. No, thank you. No, sir. No boss. Hmm. Yeah. 55. Who's 55? Who on the grid is 55? We're starting dead last. Yeah, I have the worst lap. Because that's clear and simple. I am the worst driver here. My ass needs to get demoted to C. These people are tough. These people got hands. We really got a Marlboro livery on a Porsche. Let's go. You know he's serious. He may have started out this slow, but watch him be like at the top of the pack by the end of the race. No! We good. Everybody's chilling. Ooh. Ouch. Thank God. Yes. I don't know what that guy was doing. But they broke up the pack. So I gotta catch up a little bit to Rocket. Mr. Cole. TCR Cole. He'll probably catch up pretty well. Considering how far ahead he was in the pack when that fucking slam happened. He's probably a pretty good driver. So he'll probably overtake me soon. But let's not give him a free one, shall we? Let's be a little tough, a little rough and tough. This 50 marker. A lot of people go too fast. And you can't take that at full speed. You're not driving a prototype race car. You have TCR Cole behind me. Yeah, I'm gonna just get out of his way. It's clear that he's way faster than me. And maybe I can shadow him a little bit. And Olivier, the rammer. He had a poor corner exit. Who made a boo-boo? Someone made an oopsie. Must have been pretty far ahead when that happened. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I didn't need to brake for that. I just needed to let go of the accelerator. Cool. Oh, gotta figure out this map a little bit, you know? Because if I can hit like 158, that'd be dope. The time to beat is 157, but I don't expect to get 157 anytime soon. Maybe like mid 158, I could probably do within um reasonable amount of time spent on this track. Whee! Olivier is still behind us. Shit, that was not good. So TCR gets to get away from me even further. That was poor. Yeah, I'm not good at this track at all. Very terrible at it. Actually doing pretty nice. Personally, as a personal best. To hit maybe 205? Not 2 minutes flat. Oh, it's not even how you say it properly. God damn it. 2 minutes and half a second. No, because I messed up that last section. Wow, that was terrible. What a shame. For shame. Really only going to advance one spot. I should have done shifted. That was terrible. Oh, rough. But hey, we did pretty well, all things considered. I would have to say I think I did pretty good. We raised one 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 position. Yeah, yeah. Damn. Ethic is really putting someone on the spot. I guess someone did somebody dirty at some point. Ah, okay. Allergic to side by side racing? I know that feel, bro. I know that feel. Yeah, not a lot of people are comfortable with side by side racing. I've noticed that. I've had this incident at Suzuka where where I was going head to head. We were using Group Two cars, and obviously, for some reason, the NSX is like tier zero in a sense. Nobody else played anything else but the NSX, Group Two NSX. The well, there's two of them. The newer one, regardless. It was Suzuka. It was like we had like 2 laps left. Me and this dude, I was about to overtake. But we had a a side by side moment. Well, he didn't know how to respond, so he inevitably ended up sliding me off the track. And this was like on the stretch, home stretch to the 290-degree um chicane. I don't know. I think I can showcase it a bit here. When does the next race start anyway? 6 minutes. What about this? 11. We'll probably chill out with the Mount Panorama. Although I say chill in quotation marks, Mount Panorama is no joke. Um, I can show you. Asia, Zuka Circuit Experience. This little section over here on the top side, there's there's an S there, and that S is filled with two 90-degree corners. So I got barraged right over here towards the end because the guy I was racing with could understand how to race side by side. Yeah, I got called a clown. I don't care. They're the ones that were too much of a puss to be able to race side by side. That is like the most exciting moment too of any race is when you're racing side by side. So when you race against someone that actually gets it, it's such a good feeling. It's great. I gotta keep in mind of the time. 9 minutes is all we have. Um, can we rent? please. There we go. Enter with. Hmm. Go around Mount Panorama. We are in the land down under, in what I consider to be the most fucked up racetrack because it's in character for Australia. Oh shit. Excuse me. A little burp. For a country that's, oh shit. For a country that's pretty inhospitable, it's pretty amazing what they've done so far and what has transpired. Such as the Emu Wars. That's an L on humanity. W for emus. For emus. And I learned that there are some variant of the emu that apparently have like 5-inch long claws. And their kicks are basically fatal enough. If you get hit by the gut with that fucking kick, yeah, you might as well kiss your entrails goodbye. That sounds like a very painful way to go. So it's on brand for Australia to have also a track that's just as brutal. This is not even like the Nürburgring, but it's just as bad. It's pretty narrow. There's not much um clearance for 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 racers. It's a very tight track, which means you need to be precise. Precision mandatory. And our usual objective will be to not to win, but to survive. Just like a normal Aussie's daily life mission. Especially this section here. This downhill section is nuts. It's a good thing we're driving front engine, front wheel drive too. Because if this was any other drivetrain, we probably would not have as much ease. It's the best part about front wheel drive cars is that they're so forgiving. And so 3 seconds faster than number 4. Let's keep it going. Keep making better laps. That is the hope. And if we can keep with this pace, we've eliminated another second off our lap. Ooh. What do you mean? Oh shit. Yeah, that'll ruin our day. Huh. Can we eliminate two more seconds? All right, now we're being a little bit more dangerous. But it was worth it. Sometimes you gotta embrace the danger. Assess the situation, go in. Never go in blind, of course. Yeah, there we go. Can we hit maybe almost 3? That was beautiful. May not have been 3, but it was good enough. I like that. And we know that there's a fuck up that we gotta correct. Oh shit. No. We left that exit so badly. Even if we nail the rest of it, I don't think we're gonna beat our current lap time. And we have like about a minute before entry is allowed. We're catching up pretty well. Oh, and I ruin it. You know what? 218, pretty good. We'll keep it that way. I just smacked my thought filter. No. Get me out of here. Get me out. Entry deadline in 13 minutes. All right, we'll take a little break here. We'll use the Mazda Group 3, Group 4. Liftney Digital has the wildest opportunity to make a Group 3 race car out of the Mazda 3 because Mazda has no actual Group 3 car. Yeah, sure. That we got the RX Vision. But yeah, sure, whatever. I guess that counts. Counts for something. I'm waiting on that 12:35. Damn it! I thought the notification pop was gone. I gotta figure that out. That's gonna be super annoying. Um, I need to figure that shit out. It's annoying. I'm gonna quit. I'll figure that out later. Uh, so while I'm checking, while we're taking this little break, I'm seeing people, checking out the social media right now. It's very clear that people do not like Rachel Zegler because of the upcoming film Snow White. Even I am not ignorant of this. I'm not a moviegoer. I am not a movie buff at all. As a matter of fact, I don't like movies. Why watch movies when I can go play games? But I digress. I like how right now they're making fun of Rachel Zegler for appearing in a similar outfit and hairstyle as Lord Farquaad from the first Shrek movie. And it's sometimes it's getting a little out of hand. Just a little bit. I also know that people have been bullying Elon Musk uh, for a little while. They have been getting rampant, extremely rampant. I know some people are like, "Hmm, not even that. Just some people. Okay, let's start over. How is it that these people once took him in, loved the guy to death? That if people like me who had criticisms of Elon Musk were to say anything, we would get destroyed easily. No chance. Now I can say that Elon's a fucking idiot, and these same people would fucking, just cheer. And it's not like I like Elon Musk. I have been hypercritical since of Elon Musk since the very beginning. I've never liked, for example, the Cybertruck since its inception. I think it's ugly and horrendous, and I still stand by it to this day. And I see a lot of them down here in South Florida, where I would like to say it has like a pretty decent use case down here because a lot of people like to use trucks for things that like they don't need a full size truck, and the bed of the Tesla truck is not exactly a full like equal to a full size truck like a F-150, but you know just by the virtue of how the Cybertruck is designed. So I think that's fine. People don't need an actual truck, but the thing is, this thing is a fucking what 9,000 pound machine, and I ever since we fast forward to now. Elon is getting destroyed by the same people that that heralded him and put him up on a pedestal, and it's pretty interesting. It's more sad as well, very sad. But it is what it is. He's a government employee at the end of the day, so he needs to put up with it. So good luck, bro. And it's not like I've been hypercritical of the Cybertruck by itself. Um, just EVs as a whole and how they were being forced upon the masses with like no chance of choice. They were the Democrats and the UN were trying to put like this bullshit date of by 2035, ICE would be banned. ICE being internal combustion engines. Um, for your information, yes, external combustion engines do exist. Um, but obviously they are not used in cars, and that is for a multitude of good reasons. Mhm. ICE is still superior, and these people are trying to rush a mode of transportation that had no um, secondary use. For example, the reason why we build roads is so that the horse carriages could ride on them, and it made it easier to for many things to be able to move around and move along and all that fun stuff. So you had your bases covered for a network in order for the future of cars to utilize. Because after all, the first vehicle was a motorized wagon. Um, so yeah, I would like the car, the concept of the car was already rooted in a progressive uh, advancement in technology and state of social culture and engineering and all that fun stuff. And then you have the power, the what source, what supplies power to ICE engines, gasoline. or petrol uh, for the for people who are correct and what it's actually called. Petroleum. That was being used. The reason because we had gas stations before. It's not like gas stations popped up out of nowhere for cars to just utilize. The network of a gas station had already existed before the concept of a car had become widely known because you know back then before Nikola Tesla and the man who stole his light bulb. Um, wow, Thomas Edison had had come around. You know, you needed candles to light your way in the dark of your own house. With that required, it may not have required it, but it was very handy to just have some fuel to to create a spark when necessary, as well as cooking for food and all this stuff. Like electricity was such a is such a new concept. You have to remember that basically the light bulb didn't like exist until like about 150 years ago or so. It's relatively new because you got to also remember like Thomas Edison was also en route to create the first electric car along with Ford, Henry Ford, the first, the OG, the one who you shouldn't look at what he was doing in the mid 40s. Um, not mid 40s, mid 30s. Where's my history off? It's just, is it really just like the 20s? Because I'm pretty certain, you know, Henry Ford was involved in some way, shape, or form with the First World War. Um, and then he also had his own island. So, regardless of the case, we're diverging here. Not diverging, digressing. Tesla owes a lot of its roots to those guys all the way back then, but it's the EV vehicles just is something that is forced upon us consumers. It is not a it's not a network and conceptual vehicle that had any type of agency. Because, like I said, like gas stations existed before the advent of the car. Tires existed before the advent of the car. So that means the rubber manufacturers were already there. Um, because like remember, like Michelin and Pirelli, these rubber manufacturing companies were making tires for bicycles because that was the common way to get around. And for many parts of the world, it still is. Hey, look, we're starting. Where are we? Hey, look, we see Rocket. Huh? Chat, we really that bad. We are really that bad. No. Also, we have to do it's a one pit stop, a forced one pit stop. So lap 4 or lap 5 do we pit? I psyched myself out. That was some carnage that I was expecting straight out the gate. Ah! I like that Twix livery. It's just so silly, so goofy. Love it. It's so good. Jerk. And you ain't gonna ruin my race. We're gonna keep going. Ravenna Storm, huh? All right, come on, Ben. Let's go. You and me. Are locked in. Having a little battle over here. Ouch. Damn. I got hit with that. What the hell happened to Rocket? are literally fighting in the back. I mean, if Ben wants to keep fighting that way, sure. You know, it gives me time to open the gap before I have to take my penalty, which is a very large penalty. Fucking 3 seconds here.
Oh,
I fucked that up. Oh shit. Oh great. This guy. We're gonna take a pit this race. This lap. This lap. We'll take it this lap. Alright, let's take a pit here. It's just a mandatory pit rule. So Rocket decided to take his bit this lap too. Not exactly the best showing. I think at the end. I think this might kick me down the seat, to be honest with you. We're doing so terrible. Wow. Wow. That was terrible. Awful. What a failure. Oh, we know for a fact that we started flying failed this race. So I guess I'll just get back to yapping as to what I was talking about. So what nonsense was I going on about again? Uh, oh yeah, on how basically ever since the beginning I've been basically a contrarian of Elon, mainly due to people's misunderstanding. Oh fuck, people's misunderstanding of the global impact that EVs can have. Um, in essence, it's like putting a band-aid over a hemorrhage. It's not gonna do much in the grand scheme of things by itself. People need to realize that we in the United States are generally the cleanest in terms of emissions across the world. And yeah, there are other states that are cleaner, and that's by virtue of population size. But like, as like one of the biggest countries in the world, with the heavy population density that it does have, we are relatively cleaner, um, emissions-wise, than the rest of the world. So why are we the ones being punished when China and Russia are the dirtiest in terms of carbon emissions? And then it gets even more crazier than that, you know, because we can separate the private sector from the commercial. And on the commercial level stuff, uh, carbon emissions like takes up like 80%, if not more, than the private sector does. So trying to get the citizens to be cleaner and stuff like that is on average not worth it, because we're not the ones that are making the mess in the first place. It's the commercial sector. You know, good message, wrong, completely wrong execution. Like, so it's not even Elon himself that, you know, I'm particularly critical of. It's generally the mindset of those that like use his I wouldn't even say his, because he's not even like the owner of Tesla, really. But like he just ran the business pretty well, and he made for some good PR at the time. But yeah, people were all thinking about going green and stuff like that, and it's thanks to him. But they were also fed a whole lot of bullshit, and this is because, you know, I for one like cars. I like driving cars. Um, I like having a motor in my car, preferably. I've driven EVs. They are boring. The torque is one thing, and it goes away with time. You know, it's like a one-trick pony. Like, you have to be a real big fan of that one trick, of like instant torque, to continue to be impressed by EVs. And after that, you have to consider that EVs just have really inconsistent power output, and I guess you can minimize that through tuning, which is extremely experimental, and it's basically just like software development at that point. Which, to be fair, it's kind of like that for ICE engines nowadays too. Anyway, since, you know, we use software to calibrate um, our engine's ECU. They control when ignition happens, how late or how early. But either way, at least with a an ICE engine, you had like complete, like, you have you know when something's about to go wrong because of sounds. If an engine's making a sound that shouldn't be happening, you know, you're gonna hear it, and it's not gonna sound good. Whereas on an EV, you just better pray, you know, nothing overheats, because you're not gonna hear anything. You're just not. All you hear is road noise, even if that. Because nowadays cars are so well insulated. Like a four cylinder engine barely makes a noise inside the cabin. And that's that. So that's kind of like my stance. The gist of it, because there's a whole lot of nuance that I can go into when it comes to the misinformation that EV cars have allowed to surface. And it's also kind of funny, but it's also sad, you know. like I said, I've been a contrarian of the guy since Tesla showed up. But now that, he does a few things here and there, the one side that loved him now fucking wants to kill his ass. They eat their own completely. Royally. Ooh, can I make it to the finish line before the time remaining is over? And so I think we're gonna close it up here. So after this race is over, it'll be the end. And then I will catch you guys again tomorrow. I made it just in time. Sweet. All right, so till next time, we'll catch you at the crossroads.